start with the next topic, that is class 7 geography chapter 9, life in temperate grasslands. Now we had already talked about the three basic categories of vegetation. You have the forest, grasslands and the shrubs. Under the grasslands you have two basic classifications. The first is the tropical grassland and next is the temperate grassland. Now grassland is a region which is dominated by grasses in contrast to forest where you have huge trees as a main vegetation or cultivation there. Now tropical grasslands are also known as savannas. Some of the common examples of tropical grasslands are llanos in South America, Cedaro in Brazil and pine savannas in Belize and Honduras and Central American region. Now tropical savannas are the grasslands which are found in the region from 0 degrees to 23 degrees north and south. So that is between the Tropic of Cancer and in the south you have Tropic of Capricorn. So you have tropical grasslands which is found in the region between 0 degrees to Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, mainly found in South America, Brazil and South Central America. You have pine savanna, cedaro and llanos. Now coming on to temperate grasslands, as we have talked about in the class where we talked about the classification, you have the presence of temperate grasslands across the globe. Now we will see in which part you have these temperate grasslands are known by what names. So you have, I am drawing a kind of rough map of world. So you have in Australia you have Murray-Darling Basin where you have the temperate grasslands. Now these are also known as the Murray-Darling Basin itself. Now in South America they are known as pampas. In North America they are known as prairies. In Africa you have the velds that's found in South Africa. In Eurasia you have steppes. So these are the common ones. Then in New Zealand, south of Australia you have the Canterbury Plains. So these are the major locations for the temperate grasslands. Now temperate grasslands are found beyond the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn region, that's between 23 degrees and half and 66 degrees and half north and south. So here we understand what are grasslands, the types of grasslands, mainly the tropical grasslands and the temperate grasslands. Now what NCERT book has is a detailed classification of prairies and velds. So we will be focusing only on these two today. Now moving on to the first one, that is prairies. Now prairies are found in North America in contrast to pampas which are found in South America as we said. Now North America, they are mainly found in the region between Canada and United States. So you have Canada and United States and this is the border area. So you have this as the prairies region. Now if I talk about the east to west extension, they are found between the Rockies mountain chain which runs towards the west and the 5 Great Lakes. We also call them as homes: Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie and Superior, the 5 lakes together which are found in the eastern part of United States and Canada. So you have the region between them which is known as prairies. Now these prairies are usually flat, low-lying. They are also known as sea of grass. This word is derived from a Latin word pirate which means meadows. The major rivers that flow here are, in the United States it is Mississippi and in Canada it is Saskatchewan. Now it was previously home to American Indians which were also known as Blackfoot Indians. The other tribes are Apache, Crow, Cree and Pawnee. Now summers can be as warm as 20 degrees and winters can be cold as minus 20 degrees. The region experiences moderate rainfall. The common local wind that blows here, which is a kind of hot wind which blows in winters, is known as Chinook, and this Chinook is a kind of local wind similar to what we call as Loo in India. Now next is this region, the prairies, is mainly treeless. The major proportion here is grasses. However, you have few trees which are willow, pine, willow, poplar and elder that are found here. If the rainfall is more than 50 centimeters in the region, it is fertile. So you have good cultivation. Maize, potato, soybean, coconut, cotton and alfalfa are the main crops that grow into this region. In the regions where the rainfall is less, you have short grasses. The major activity here is cattle rearing. So the cattle farms are known as ranches, and the person who take care of the cattle are known as cowboys. Also, this region is known for the American buffalo, which is bison. Now this bison is under a protected status because there has been a lot of hunting of bisons going on. The other fauna that exists are rabbit, coyote, gopher and prairie dogs. Now these prairies are also known as granaries of the world because of a very huge amount of wheat production here. The common machinery used is combine. This combine machine has sowing, plowing and threshing activity all in one, and you have huge farms. So you have extensive farming that is done here by means of tractors. Another common farming here is dairy farming. So you have dairy cultivation. Minerals are also extracted to small extent. Common cities that fall under the prairies region in the United States are Chicago, Minneapolis, Indianapolis, Kansas and Denver in Colorado. In Canada, you have Edmonton, Calgary, Winnipeg and Saskatoon that are found in the regions of prairies. Now moving on to the next, that is velds. Velds are found in South Africa. South America is pampas. So you have velds in South Africa. It is surrounded by Kalahari's in the west and Drakensberg mountain range in the east. Now the interesting thing here is this velds lies in south hemisphere. Now the south hemisphere and north hemisphere, as we discussed in the previous sessions, the south hemisphere region experiences winters in the months of May to July, in contrast to what you have in north hemisphere, where you have winters in December to February, I could say. So you have the summer months. What are our summer months? Are winter months for south hemisphere. So you have the coldest month is July. The winters are cold and dry with very scanty rainfall. The summer months extend from November to February here. There is very less vegetation. The common vegetation that is seen is in the form of red grass. There are very few trees, mainly acacia and marola, which are found here. The common fauna is lions, leopards, cheetah and kudu. Now the major rivers that drain this area are Orange River and Limpopo River, and this is not a kind of flat low-lying area similar to what was prairies. In contrast, it is a kind of rolling plateau region which extends from 600 to 1000 meters in height. Now the major activities are cattle rearing and mining. Now you have kind of production of maize, wheat, barley and oat and potato that is commonly seen here. Under cattle rearing, the most prominent activity you have also is sheep rearing. Then for cattle farming, you have dairy farming that is related to it. So you have butter and cheese production. Now this butter and cheese is not only used for the domestic purpose, but it is exported to other nations of the world. So it's a kind of export economy for South Africa. Then you have iron steel industry. The two major minerals that are mined here are gold and diamond. Diamond is mined in the Kimberley mines and gold is mined in Johannesburg. Johannesburg is also known as the gold capital of the world. Now this region was a British colony, and as a result they have a kind of very well developed transport network and communication network in South Africa. So with this we cover the two case studies, the velds and the prairies. We will be covering the last chapter of class 7 in the next class. You can subscribe to our channel for further updates and leave any doubts as comment below the video. Have a good day ahead.